So when you put your feet in the cold water, your heart starts to beat faster, your blood pressure rises, and you have more energy for a short time, and fatigue disappears.
Most people use their phones before going to bed, but this leads to insomnia as our brains are tricked by artificial light sources. Turn off your phone, set the lights to a warm tone, or better yet, turn them off completely. Engage in relaxing activities an hour before bedtime, such as reading or prayer. Sleep is the most effective way of rejuvenating and healing the body, boosting immunity. A good sleep is measured between 7 to 9 uninterrupted hours, but few manage to go through all stages of sleep. If you also have sleep issues, then watch this video.
Sleep is the first way in which the muscles, the vital organs and the brain, which have worked during the day, will regenerate. So it is understandable his importance and the fact that when we do not benefit from the restful sleep, the consequences, the effects can be seen in the whole body, and in our way of decision and behavior will be kind of lower, like good ones. Insomnia, as we might know, is the most common sleep-related disorder and consists of a difficulty failing asleep or staying asleep for the duration required for a sufficient sleep at night. So the causes can be related to the long-term consumption of caffeine, of alcohol, some drugs, depression or anxiety or any other worries, which are states for a long periods, and the lack of this regular schedule will also be a symptom, like a cause for this symptom. That's why I'm here. I'm Alex, and on this channel you will find practical information not so very well known in the medical new world for longevity, lifespan, life extension, and quick and powerful and almost for free natural remedies for several physical internal disorders. That's why, please, this is a very practical video, like a guide video verified by me, and does not represent a cure for any disease, dysfunction or physical condition. That's why please talk to your doctor first before starting to consume the dosages, the time and the things, the nutrients I want to mention in this video for your own health. So let's dive in.
Time to go to sleep.
My dear friends, the first thing is chamomile tea. You can have 2 large handfuls of chamomile per 8 pounds or 4 kilograms of water. You can leave these chamomile leaves into cold water, like cold decoct, for minimum 1 day up to 2 days. You can strain the liquid from the plant. The liquid is stored in the refrigerator for up to 2 months, and always make it warm and drink it warm. Minimum 2 cups for 1 month, so 60 cups for this chamomile tea. I sometimes reuse the plant for another 96 or 4 days of leaving the plant into the new water, and then I put the new water into the refrigerator back then. So many people threw away the plant, but for me it's very important. Sometimes I put it into the blender, this plant which I was straining from the liquid, along with any other vegetables or fruits, and mix it until it becomes an integral part, like a mixture of this smoothie, and thus I can get everything from nature, including the oils from the plant, which is very necessary for the body, as well as the nutritional composition. The second thing, my dear friends, is foods rich in melatonin. Melatonin is a hormone that regulates sleep, and it's mainly produced during the night, especially in the first part of the night by the pineal and pituitary gland to establish the circadian rhythm. So these foods, which I will share to you now, will contain more melatonin than others, and you can have this: unboiled and unpasteurized milk, raw pistachios, not roasted, fatty fish like wild tuna, mackerel, trout or herring, goji, organic oats, mushrooms. Most of the mushrooms you can have organic bananas, cornmeal, like we find in the Mexican restaurants. So this melatonin is also used in the form of supplements in average dosage of 5 milligrams per day. So the administration of these melatonin-based supplements in small doses is safe both in the long term, also in the short term condition. The third thing, my dear friends, is fascial relaxation or connective tissue by doing stretching as we did like we were kids. Fascia is the layer of the tissue made of collagen which lies under the skin and wraps around muscles and all other internal organs. Essentially, fascia holds the body together and helps it communicate from the head to the toe, right to the left, from the front to the back, inside to outside, and we have perception when our fascia is in a good state, in a good mood and healthy. The best will be in the morning to do the stretching exercises, but also in the evening, at least half an hour before sleep, you have like a light work or 20 to 30 minutes of body relaxation through stretching exercises, any kind of stretching exercises. So many studies correlate physical relaxation during the evening with a quieter sleep and with a better regeneration of the body during the sleep. So stretching helps blood circulation and muscle relaxation. It also helps the lymphatic system. So the stretching practice causes small movements of the vital organs with very large benefits after that in functioning well for our entire system. The fourth thing, my dear friends, is keep your feet up to your ankles in the coldest water possible for you, and then jump into the bed and sleep. So when you put your feet in the cold water, your heart starts to beat faster, your blood pressure rises, and you have more energy for a short time, and fatigue disappears. It doesn't take much time, just soak your feet for 15 seconds to 1 minute if you can, and you need only a container, a bucket or a basin wide enough to fit both of your feet and tall enough to submerge them entirely until the ankles into these ice waters. Like optional, you can add like a big handful of salt for mineralization, like saline salt or magnesium sulfite, or we might know Epsom salt or Nigari salt if you can find, as we know from the chemistry, like magnesium chloride, and you'll energize and mineralizing your feet very fast. So the fifth thing, my dear friends, is adjusting the environment or the place where you sleep, of course. So preferably you'll put your head towards the north, and you'll need darkness. Darkness is needed, and before going to bed, avoid using the iPhone or the Android phone and any other screens half an hour before sleep, and reduce the ambient light, so those will prepare the release of melatonin and it will prepare the brain for sleep. Any strong stimulus requires the neural system to respond, and background noises, if they are too loud, even if we do not hear them in the sense that we are not aware of them, still maintain a state of wakefulness, and it will be very difficult to sleep after that. So cool, preferably 20 degrees in temperature in the room, and fresh your air before going to sleep. You sleep better in a lower temperature because the body also drops in temperature during the night, so it will be warmer for you inside and you will sleep like a baby. So before going to bed, ventilate the room for oxygen refreshment, even if it's too cold, but under the blanket you'll feel better. So when you lie down, always lie face up, hands beside your body, and progressively relax with your mind all your limbs and tissue through the power of your concentration and visualization for every parts of your body. And the sixth thing, my dear friends, is red wine. Red wine red grape wine, especially like Cabernet or Sauvignon or Chianti or Merlot, contains melatonin, so this hormone that induces the body to rest and helps regulate the biological clock, this rhythm of the night, and this is found in all the foods containing grapes. So previous studies in the past that they have established that another substances from the skin of the grapes called resveratrol, which is also found in mulberries, in blackberries, in blueberries, and also in peanuts, can contribute to also to the getting rid of insomnia, also to prolonging our life by producing an antioxidant effect, so longer life for our secret cells. So although it is recommended to drink a glass of wine at a dinner, we must be careful not to exceed this amount if we want to have a restful sleep during the night. So maximum 1 glass per day will be enough. So I will add like a bonus for you, so 6 plus 1, so the 7th way to induce rest towards to a memorable sleep, to be like a baby in the next day, will be this. Jonathan apple skins. It will produce a lot of melatonin and can be administered as follows. So you can cut the skin of 4 to 5 this type of apples, Jonathan apples, and eat them as such unsweetened. The pears have a large amount of melatonin, and through this minimum dose, which you can be increased depending on age, you can have up to 6 skins of Jonathan apples, and you'll see that you'll have sleep-inducing effects, and very, very quickly you'll fall asleep. It can be increased up to 15 apples if you prefer to have like a dinner from the skin of the apples. So these apples without the skin can be put then in the fridge and eaten the next day or the next days, you with whatever you prefer to do so. So please, my dear friend, do not believe these things because I'm saying so here. You must please verify for yourself these dosages, these times, and you'll see if you can recover from different diseases, cells your mind in this channel, different remedies, cures, and so on. So please please comment below to see your status if you had any observation, because I want to know more how you feel. We can make this world a bigger brain for the cosmos if we are healthy and always verify for ourselves. May the progressive force be with you.